characters, and miscellaneous other people. Some of you may know me as Grimsby, Hart, Mr. Green, or Dr. Pepper, but I like to be called Spencer, so please call me that. A year ago, I was definitely not prepared to do this speech. In fact, I thought this day would never come. I never wanted this day to come, but here it is. So I want to start off by saying that I'm not going to make the speech super long, okay? I'm going to do my best. I want to talk. I had no idea that theater would become what it is when I joined. In fact, I think I might have joined during Shrek if I knew that you didn't have to take a theater class to actually be in theater. So that was a mistake on my part. But when I auditioned for Clue, I was honestly expecting to get a very tiny role. I wasn't expecting to get something that was what Mr. Green was. And honestly, I'm still in shock because of that. And to that, I really want to thank Miss Davy. I know she isn't here, but she has honestly changed my life because of, yeah. I'm just trying to really get there. I don't know what she saw in me with that audition, but thankfully it looked pretty good to her, so I continued on with it. And just playing Mr. Green was life-changing for me. It was something that I never knew I needed in my life. It was a little bit of improv, a little bit of acting, and a lot of love. I never felt so alive during theater, seeing the crowd cheering and whatnot for somebody who's completely unknown to them, and seeing all you guys support me backstage, on stage, during rehearsals. I don't know who said it. It was one of you people. But the biggest quote that I have held on to for the longest time is somebody was like, "Spencer is what the theater troupe needed." I don't know who said that. I don't know if that was even real, but I hope it was. And I've held on to that for as long as I've been in theater, which has only been about a year and a half, which kind of sucks. I truly want to thank all of you for welcoming me into the troupe, for how you did, and how open arms everybody was to letting this newbie come on in and be on stage and take such a high role from one of you. And whenever we would end a tech week rehearsal, a lot of you would come up to me and just compliment me and say a lot of really, really nice things that I never have gotten before. Sure, my grandma was like, "Oh, Spencer, you're so handsome and you're so cool. You can bet you get all the ladies," but I never actually got a compliment of you genuinely did really good. Riley, shut up, okay? I distinctly remember on the night, that Saturday night before the first tech week, I was memorizing all my lines for Scene 14, the big scene where I gorilla crawl across the stage at Grant. And I really got emotional because I knew I needed this role to be my best role. And even though it was just gonna be my first role, I knew it wasn't gonna be my last. And without you guys being able to support me throughout everything, I don't think I would have actually come back. Despite how I feel I did pretty good with Mr. Green, without being complimented, without being welcomed so warmly, I don't think that my theater existence would have existed. Now I realize I talked a lot about Clue there, but that's my second favorite show of all time. It's such a fun memory of mine. Now moving on to Little Shop. This was my first musical, and I've never sung before in my entire life. And I will admit I didn't sing during the ensemble numbers very much. If anything, I was really quiet. Yeah, sorry about that. I just didn't want to take the spotlight from people that were actually good. But I mean, the energy of that show, I don't think has ever been replicated. I love Little Shop, and I especially love being locked in a hot box when the AC turned off on the Saturday show. And now I got the 1 minute sign. The next was Little Mermaid with Miss Miller being our new director. Grimsby has been one of my favorite roles I've ever played. I really love being an old man. During that show, I felt like I got really close to a lot of you, much closer than the previous two shows, and I especially got close with Sophia during that show. And I'm sorry, but it's true. And I also got to meet Paxton, which isn't he a little bundle of joy? Is he here? Yeah, that's what I figured. Jet Set was also a very fantastic part of my life. That was my first like singing and dancing thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm very happy about it. Also, the improv that me and Noah did was really fun, so thank you for that. Narrator 2 in Brothers Grimm was like that was the biggest role I'd ever gotten, and during that show I felt really unfunny throughout that entire show. I don't know if it was just me, but it was such a weird show, Brothers Grimm. But it was really good. Okay, the Michael Jackson bit was really unfunny, I know that. And also, during that show, we had a lot of people join theater, which I'm really happy about. Then States was cool. Arvin, you're a lawnmower. And then finally 9 to 5. This show is the culmination of all my personal work. When I saw that I got the heart roll, my jaw genuinely dropped. I spent the next like 6 minutes screaming at the top of my lungs in my own house. And I'm really happy that's the show I get to leave theater with. Theater has genuinely changed me as a person. I don't think I would be as confident I am as myself and have as many people as my friends as all you guys without theater. And each and every single one of you has made a massive impact on my life, and I want to thank you all for that. And I'm sorry that this took up like all of the time I was given, but thank you, and I cannot wait to see what happens next.